RWANDA program as far as education is concerned. RWANDA's orderliness academically. The topic today is about the verb. A verb is a doing word. A verb also is a word that shows an action. A verb has two major parts. One, regular verbs. Part two, irregular verbs. Total explanation is on each type of a verb. One, regular verbs also have two main parts, sub-parts. Part one or sub-part one are those verbs do have ed ending in their past tense. Here, let us supply good many examples. Here we can call it same part one. In infinitive and in their past tense. One, to answer, answered. To woo, wooed. To civilize, civilized. To demand, demanded. To grab, grabbed. Same part two of regular verbs. To cook, cooked. To look, looked. To dance, danced. To walk, walked. To work, worked. Same part B are those verbs do have IED ending in their past tense. Let us also here supply good many examples in infinitive and in their past tense. To cry, cried. To try, tried. To carry, carried. To worry, worried. To hurry, hurried. To bury, buried. To fry, fried. To deny, denied. To dry, dried. To marry, married. Irregular verbs are also divided into three main major parts. Part one are those verbs do change a middle vowel in their past tense. Here are given good many examples in infinitive and in their past tense. To come, came. To become, became. To give, gave. To forgive, forgave. To get, got. Forget, forgot. To drink, drank. To drive, drove. To run, ran. To sit, sat. Part two irregular verbs are those verbs do change completely in their past tense. Let me also give you good many examples here. You world students, African students, East African students and elsewhere, basing here in Rwanda. All students are around me here. Get to know that knowing these orderlinesses shall help you to understand a lot. Irregular verbs part 2. In infinitive and in past tense, as good many examples given here below. To go, went. To buy, bought. To sell, sold. To fight, fought. To bring, brought. To sweep, swept. To keep, kept. To take, took. To make, made. To think, thought. Part C are those verbs do not change at all in their past tense. Good many examples are supplied here below, in infinitive and in their past tense. To cut, cut. To put, put. To hit, hit. To hurt, hurt. To beat, beat. To read, read. To shut, shut. To broadcast, broadcast. To cast, cast. To cost, cost. This is the real orderliness of the RWANDA. To give the positive service deliverance throughout Rwanda, East Africa, Africa, and the entire world. Here you can go on conjugating until you conjugate as many verbs. Conjugation of irregular verbs first and irregular verbs and its prefixed lines. In infinitive, you have to conjugate verbs. Always begin with infinitive. 2. Present continuous tense, another name. Present progressive, another alternative. You can call it present participle or gerund. All of them have to possess verb to be in making them present progressive, whereby they have to bear ing ever and ever. Three, past participle tense. You can also call them new pattern or present perfect tense. By all means, have to match with have or has or had. It depends, but they are must to be there, because past participle tense, which is the new pattern or present perfect tense, has to have has or have and had accordingly. Past tense, this is 4. Past tense, you may also call it previous pattern or habitual tense. Now let us start by setting them in their orderlinesses from left to right. To arise, arising, have arisen, arose. To bend, bending, have bent, bent. To bind, binding, have bound, bound. To bite, biting, have bitten or bitten or bit. To blow, blowing, have blown or brew. To re-arise, re-arising, have re-arisen, re-arose. To rebend, rebending, have rebent, rebent. To rebind, rebinding, have rebound, rebound. To rebite, rebiting, have rebiten, rebite. To rebrow, rebrowing, have rebrown, rebrew. To burn, burning, have burnt, burnt. To reburn, reburning, have reburnt, reburnt. Choose, choosing, have chosen, chose. Rechoose, rechoosing, have rechosen, rechose. Burst, bursting, have burst, burst. Reburst, rebursting, have reburst, reburst. Creep, creeping, have crept, crept. Recreep, recreeping, have recrept, recrept. Dear, dearing, have did it, did it. To redeer, redeering, have redeered, redeered. To die, dying, have died, died. Redie, redying, have redied, redied. To dig, digging, have dug, dug. To redig, redigging, have redug, redug. To fear, fearing, have ferret, ferret. To refer, referring, have referred, referred. To fry, frying, have frown, frown, refrew, oh, fru. To refry, refrying, have refrown, refrew. Forbid, forbidding, have forbidden, forbid. Reforbid, reforbidding, have reforbidden, reforbid. To free, freezing, have frozen, froze. To refreeze, refreezing, have refrozen, refroze. To get, getting, have gotten, or got, or got. To grind, grinding, have ground, ground. To hang, hanging, have hung, hung. To hide, hiding, have hidden, hid. To hit, hitting, have hit, hit. Horrid, horriding, have herod, herod. Hurt, hurting, have hurt, hurt. To keep, keeping, have kept, kept. To know, knowing, have known, knew. Ray, raying, have read, read. Live, living, have left, left. Lend, lending, have lent, lent. To lie, lying, have lain, lay. To lose, losing, have lost, lost. To mean, meaning, have meant, meant. To meet, meeting, have met, met. To overcome, overcoming, have overcome, overcame. To pay, paying, have paid, paid. To ride, riding, have ridden, rode. To ring, ringing, have rang, rang. To rise, rising, have risen, rose. To run, running, have run, ran. To sail, sailing, have sorrowed, sorrowed. To set, setting, have set, set. To sow, sowing, have sown, sowed. To shake, shaking, have shaken, shock. To shine, shining, have shone, shone. To shoot, shooting, have shot, shot. To shut, shutting, have shut, shut. To sing, singing, have sung, sung. Seek, seeking, have sunk, sunk. To sit, sitting, have sat, sat. To smell, smelling, have smelled, smelled. To sow, sowing, have sown, sowed. To pin, pinning, have pinned, pinned. To spine, spining, have spun, spun. To spit, spitting, have spat, spat. To steal, stealing, have stolen, store. These are 100 and above verbs in the state of proper conjugation, which can help the young, the old, both sexes, at least to have the better commencing academically. This is the RWANDA roadmap to become the world English speaker and becoming the world intellectual, leading to discovering the still hidden knowledge, matter, and other sources of resources globally. In terms of service creation, commodity creation, aiming at production increment, here and yon all over the world, to satisfy the world population in their economic needs and wants too. Therefore, I have here tried to outline the irregular verbs, but the regular ones are also in near future. To come. Therefore, your futurity is coming, and you shall also be speaking your English in the lineages of the futurity tense, which you may not be knowing up to now. So, the world professor of all the professors, I have come at the right time, at the right place. In the right orderliness of the RWANDA, under the umbrella of the RWANDA Peaceful Political Party, basing here in Rwanda, and RWANDA plus the RWANDAism, aiming at making people becoming the brightest since time immemorial. People and places had never registered. We have come to register total successes in new general thinking, writing, and changing the world into the better place to live in. Therefore, we shall ever teach you a lot. We have 20,000 many verbs in 38 tenses. These more than 100 verbs are just part of the examples I shall be giving you. And many more examples are coming because they are pragmatical ones. In other words, they are practical ones. We want you to become pragmatical academicians. Here I need to mean the pragmatical international intellectuals with the international intelligence. God shall find you when you are intelligent, the brightest ladies and gentlemen. Here I mean younger and old. God shall like you more and much more because needs intellectuals. Here I mean the real elites of the day-to-day more than in all the past centuries and millennium. Needs to see and hear some improvements in his people since time immemorial, since the human creation and his or the godly agenda in creation. Therefore, if you strive for becoming the real elite or the real intellectual, you will be one, or you will be the one. If you love education, it shall also love you. If you hate it, it shall also hate you in the top gear. All my world people, I BARAFINDA SEKIKUBO Fred, the professor of all the world professors. Get to know this. If you teach willingly and you learn willingly, loving education, it shall also love you. If you hate it, it shall also hate you. Find me at plus 250 78 34 28 622. Also you can as well find me on our RWANDA web page at www.RWANDA.tk. Even on Facebook, we are there. Search Bara FBS, you will find us. Seated somewhere with my hammer. Google Plus, I'm there in 24/7. You just put RWANDA or search BARAFINDA, you will find them. After you have opened your email, Gmail, and you enter in Google Plus, you will find us there. On Twitter, we are the greatest poster and positive ideology delivering. Therefore, Instagram, we are also there. Just find us in all corners of mass media. You will try to find us. We passed through all baby steps, but now we are mature enough to exist everywhere and to be found everywhere as needed globally. This is the man on earth going to change the world drastically, pragmatically, politically, economically, socially, in a new world order, in the lineage of international orderliness of bringing total changes, the positive ones, with all needed international human rights, by all, for all, in all times, all ages, ever and ever. Thank you very much indeed, all my world people. I, Barafinda SEKIKUBO Fred, I salute you ever and ever. God shall help us together in top gear.